Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the FCS Football Channel. And today we are back with another watch along. Today it's Manchester United versus Everton. We go live as Arsenal have just beaten Liverpool 3-2. Who scored the goals? It was Martinelli and Saka twice, I want to say. Saka at the back post and a penalty. And Liverpool goal scorers was Darwin Núñez and Roberto Firmino. Or was it Jota? We'll find out quickly. It was Firmino. I was right. So, big game for Manchester United today. Obviously, in the other side of Merseyside. 1-1 loss in Liverpool. Can the blue side win or continue their unbeaten run, which I believe is now 6 games? Or can Man United win? Obviously, we lost our last game to Manchester City. So, a win is needed in the Premier League. Man United do currently sit, where in the Premier League? In 7th. Everton in 11th. So, things are looking good for us. If we can get a win, that would put us up to 5th. And a game in hand on Newcastle, who currently are 5th. Meaning we can go, what, 7 points clear? Something like that. No. 5 points clear of 6th, which would be quite nice, wouldn't it? It would be quite nice. Anyway, starting lineups for the teams today. So in goal for Manchester United is David De Gea, Diogo Dalot, Victor Lindelof, Lisandro Martinez and Luke Shaw make up the back four, with Casemiro and Eriksen making that double pivot. And, I mean, that's the defence that we saw kind of finish the game against Ammonia midweek. And the Manchester Derby as well, I believe. Like I said, we got them Casemiro and Eriksen in that double pivot. Look, we know this is the double pivot for this season, or at least up until January, until we can maybe get some more players in. Erik Ten Hag clearly trusts Christian Eriksen in that deeper role. I think he is better further forward and more advanced. However, I do think, similar to our Arsenal play, with their 4-2-3-1, you can get it so Bruno Fernandes, or for Arsenal's case, Odegaard, will kind of drift out to the right. Eriksen will then come in at number 10, more on the left-hand side, and then Casemiro becomes that kind of sitting number 6, aka Thomas Partey. And I think that's how you get the best out of that midfield three. Whether or not it's too attacking, obviously people have had their own thoughts on it, and I probably agree a little bit. Anyway, on the front line, it is Marcus Rashford on the left, Anthony on the right, Bruno Fernandes at number 10, and sorry about that. And leading the line is AM9. It's Anthony Martial, who came on up against Ammonia off the bench and was fantastic. Same when he played against Liverpool, when we played against Man City off the bench. And we're hoping for more of the same from the Frenchman. You go 3-2 Everton. Liverpool are actually finished. If we against United, we are 7th. If you win again, if you beat us, you go to 7th, do you? That's not the screen I wanted. This is the one I wanted. 3 points. Yeah, you're all right. You'd go above us. So, if this game wasn't big enough, it's now even bigger, because we can't have Everton above us in the league like that. That is just not okay. So, we need to win. We need to win. As if that, but like I say, I mean, we always need to win. You can never not beat Everton if you're Manchester United, realistically. And that's no disrespect to Everton, sorry. But it's just, that's the standard of Manchester United. Liverpool are finished. They are. They are very much finished. Pneumonia, nicotine, two past you lot Thursday. I think you'll be lucky to keep it under 4 or 5. No. We'll beat Everton. We'll win today. I'm going 2-0 United. Nico went. Did he go 3-2 Everton? Did. There you go. So if you guys want to get your predictions into the live chat, please feel free, and we can get them on to the ticker. And if you get it right, if you are correct, you get your. Sorry, I'm still a little bit ill. You'll get your chat thingied, pinned. We got another Everton win prediction. This time from Mo. He's going 4-2 Everton. So Mo, are you an Everton fan, or do you just think Man United are rubbish? Alright, I should probably show you guys the Everton team. We got a 5-1 Everton. 5-1 Everton. Again, I'm assuming you guys must be Everton fans. No, I just think Man United are getting smoked tonight. Brilliant. Love that. Who do you support then, Mo? Who do you support? Right, so Everton's lineup today it's Jordan Pickford in goal. It's a back four of Seamus Coleman, Connor Cody, James Tarkowski, and Myalenko. Onana, Andressa Gay, and Alex Iwobi in a midfield three with Neil Maupay, Anthony Gordon, and Damari Gray as a front three. And it's actually the exact lineup I predicted they would play. For those of you who watched the preview, I went through the lineup that I thought United would play, and well, I thought Everton would play. Sorry, and it was this one. So, big up myself. Also, the team prediction I would have played today is the team that's playing. So, all round, today's going to be a good game for me. United. Mate, you got to have more confidence than us. You got to have more confidence. Got to back the boys. We got a good starting lineup out today. I think we've got good build-up play. We've got players who can score goals. Bruno Fernandes, he hasn't been prolific in front of goal over the last year or so. His record and his goals over the last, well, ever since he signed, don't just go away. Like, you get Bruno Fernandes back into some form, he will be great and he can score goals. Rashford is in the goals at the moment. Anthony, he's played 2 Premier League games, scored in both. And Anthony Martial, we saw against Ammonia, he scored twice against Man City. What was it, 3 years ago, was our Premier League top goal scorer. Well, our top goal scorer in general, sorry. Without being on penalties. And I believe, if he was on penalties, and this is like, he didn't even have to score all of our penalties. If he scored, let's say, I think it was like 50% of our penalties in that season, he would have been Premier League top goal scorer. So, there's goals. There's goals in this front line for Manchester United. There's creativity in the likes of Christian Eriksen. Diogo Dalot, Luke Shaw are creative as well. We've got a chance. You got to back us. You got to back it. I have confidence when we sort that midfield out. For now, L's upon L's. So what is it about the midfield you don't like? Is it Bruno Fernandes? Or is it Christian Eriksen playing in that deeper role? I know some people have like their reservations over it. Or I guess it could be a mixture of both. That you think you don't want Bruno Fernandes playing, you want Christian Eriksen playing in that number 10 role. Who knows? I mean, like, with that midfield, to me, look, I don't think it's perfect. It's certainly not perfect. I do think there is issues with it. Similar to you, potentially, that I do think this might be a little bit too attacking at times, and I do think Christian Eriksen is better when more advanced, and from a defensive standpoint, he can leave us exposed at times. He's not a player that wants to do all the defensive high graft. That being said, I think it helps us control the game, and I would rather go into a game with Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno Fernandes in a midfield three than have Scott McTominay or Fred play. That's the situation we're in, unfortunately, where we're not Man City, unfortunately, where we have loads of talent and loads of quality in that midfield area. We have Fred and McTominay, or we have youth players, all this lot. Bruno needs to get benched. The fact that he's still starting game in, game out is a fucking joke. Everyone thinks we signed the 2019 Casemiro. No, we got him in a degen phase. No, I think you're harsh to say that about Casemiro. Look, is he in his prime? Probably not. No, but I watched the Champions League final, and to me, I said it throughout the watch along, which we did on this channel. I thought Casemiro was man of the match alongside Thibaut Courtois. I thought Casemiro was fantastic that day. So I do still back Casemiro to be a very, very good defensive midfielder for us, and to be that number 6 that Manchester United have been calling out for nearly 5 years at this point, it feels. That being said, is he at his best at the moment? No. Hopefully, it is just kind of an adaptation period, and eventually he'll hit the heights that we know he's capable of. On Bruno Fernandes, yeah. I mean, he's not playing well at all, Bruno Fernandes, and hasn't for probably 16 months? 12 months? And we need to start seeing the best of Bruno Fernandes. If you think Casemiro was the best, we could have signed that 6 machine like a sheep. Oh, no. I would never say that. I mean, like I said, I don't think Casemiro is a bad signing. Like I said, in the Champions League final, I thought he was fantastic. But that being said, I haven't watched, or don't watch loads of Real Madrid, so I can't say that was like a one-off for him. This summer, I wanted us to go get Sangare from PSV. I thought he was a great price at 35 million. Quite young, exactly what Manchester United needed. And I wanted us to get him alongside Frankie de Jong. And then, if we got those two in, I think this team would be closer to the Arsenal team that we see right now. That being said, I think Casemiro is very, very good still. And is still just adapting. Wouldn't be my player, especially for the price. But like I said, I don't think Casemiro is a bad player. I think the issue is who he's played next to. Eriksen's not a 6 or a number 8. He's a 10 realistically. So really, it should be Eriksen or Bruno, not Eriksen and Bruno. And at the end of the day, Erik Ten Hag wanted Frankie de Jong. And you put Frankie de Jong next to Casemiro, I think that midfield's quality. It was a silly signing. Probably got out price for anyone under 25, and they went for a quick fix. Hello. Yeah, like I said, I agree. I would have went for Sangare, 35 million, a release clause he had in his old contract. I would have been all over that. I would have got that deal done early on in the window. And I agree. I think Erik Ten Hag wanted a 6 all summer, and Casemiro became available. We thought, he's a big name. He plays for Real Madrid. Let's get him in. Rather than it being something that was well thought out and well scouted, in a sense, over a long period of time. Like I do believe the Frankie de Jong deal was. I mean, I'm like, the issue with Donny now is, I think under Ragnick, obviously he went out on loan. Under Ollie specifically. Sorry, let me blow my nose first and I'll get back to this. Sorry about that. So, on Donny, do I think Donny can, if we go over to the screen and you make it a 4-3-3 like that, and then you have where Casemiro is, if you put Van der Beek, do I think he can play this role? Absolutely not. I don't think he can. That being said, in a 4-2-3-1 like this, do I think Donny can play next to Casemiro? I think he can. But that's, again, more of an 8. And again, it would be similar to how Xhaka plays at Arsenal. He would sit deep when we've not got the ball, but he would want to get forward and help the front line when we attack. And he would just be what kind of Christian Eriksen is now. But my thing with Donny van der Beek, and this is where I was going to before I went and blew my nose. Under Solskjaer, everyone said he wasn't given the opportunity. It was favouritism picking Fred and McTominay over and over again. McFred. Ragnick came in. Donny van der Beek wanted to go out on loan for game time, so he did. He played in a pivot for Everton. Wasn't great, but wasn't awful. And then he's come back, and we also, when Ten Hag came in, look, Erik Ten Hag knows Donny van der Beek. Was a big fan of him at Ajax. Obviously used him loads. If Donny van der Beek is good enough, he will get his chance. Like, there's no reason why we wouldn't see Donny van der Beek play if he's good enough. And at the end of the day, we haven't seen him at all. At all. During pre-season when he was fit, it was Fred and McTominay until Casemiro came in, or it was a Dan Iqbal and Charlie Savage. We didn't see Donny van der Beek. So for all of us can sit here and go, Donny van der Beek can play there. Is Donny van der Beek good enough to play there? Like, that, I think that's got to be the question right now. And yes, he's out injured at the moment. But we haven't really seen anything of Donny. So, is he good enough? Apparently, Donny van der Beek and everything like don't have the best relationships. Do they not? I didn't know that. Yeah, we're not gonna have you in chat, lad. Yeah. Yes. I don't know what the Russian name is. Or what has been said in Russian. But we move. Apparently, Anthony Martial may have been injured in the warm-up. For fuck's sake. That's the news coming from the Manchester Evening News that Anthony Martial walked down the tunnel and left like pre-match training early, holding his groin. So we could move out Anthony Martial. I'm trying to keep up to it. Martial walked off the pitch during training, more to follow. Yep. Manchester Evening News saying he was holding his hip in the warm-up. So Martial could be out. Anthony Martial left Manchester United warm-up early and walked down the tunnel with a potential hip injury and looked in pain. And this isn't the first time Anthony Martial's got a hip injury. Yes, you are correct. As of yet, no change. But it is something we're trying to keep an eye out on. And when it comes, if it comes, we will bring that to you. But look, this is a problem we know about Martial. In recent years, he has been a bit injury prone. He's spoken about how he's played with injuries over the last however many years. And looks like he might have another one. He's had 2 injuries already this season. 3 last season, 2 the season before that. Then 1, 2, then 4. What the hell is all this? Let's put it in order, please. Right, so we had 2 this season already. 3 last season. 2 the season before that, so that would have been Cavani's first year. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the season he was top goal scorer. 3 in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first season. No, 5, sorry. In Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first season as Manchester United manager, where he was interim, obviously after Jose Mourinho got sacked. So Martial starts. That's the news. Anthony Martial will start. But guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated and help to grow this community. We are 5 minutes away from kickoff. It has been reported through the Manchester Evening News that Anthony Martial, despite leaving pre-match warm-ups early, holding his hip, he will start. Let's hope he is okay, and let's hope we can do the business today in what is a huge game for Manchester United. Huge game for Everton as well. As I've said before, Everton in a very, very good reign of form. Manchester United obviously come into this game not playing well against whoever that Cyprian team was. I can't even think of their name right now. And even worse against Manchester City. The only kind of bright spark is Anthony Martial, and luckily he will be fit and he will be available for today's game. Again, for those who have just tuned in, as the players warm up or stand in the tunnel ready to come out, we can go through the lineups once again. So in goal for Manchester United, it is number 1, David De Gea. It's a back 4 of number 20, Diogo Dalot. Number 2, Victor Lindelof. Number 6, Lisandro Martinez. And number 23, Luke Shaw. Casemiro, the number 18, starts alongside number 14, Christian Eriksen, with Anthony wearing the number 21 on the right. Marcus Rashford, Manchester United, is number 10 on the left. Bruno Fernandes at number 10 with the number 8 on his back. And AM9, Anthony Martial, our number 9, with the number 9, starting up top for the Red Devils. On the bench, we've got Tom Heaton, Rafael Varane, Terrell Malacia, Scott McTominay, Fred Palestri, Elanga, Sancho, and Cristiano Ronaldo. For Everton, it is Jordan Pickford, Seamus Coleman, Connor Cody, James Tarkowski, and Myalenko. Onana, Idrissa Gana Gueye, and Alex Iwobi make up a midfield 3 with Damari Gray, Neil Maupay, and Anthony Gordon in a front 3. The players are out. The players are on the pitch. Let's hope for a good game. I tell you what, Luke Shaw looks in great shape. Now, that might sound a little bit sus, but he looks in great shape. Why am I seeing Dominic Calvert-Lewin on a Everton poster? Or like a banner? But yeah, Anthony Martial does start. That is confirmed. That's official. Martial is the starter for Manchester United as they go and do the handshakes now. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes, the captain today. Come on then. Let's be having you, Everton. Again, guys, if you haven't got your score predictions into the live chat, please do. And we can get them down on the ticker. So everyone can see if you're really clever or not, essentially. Obviously, big game. Well, obviously he doesn't start, and whether he comes on or not is it's probably unlikely that he comes on. James Garner, obviously signed for Everton this summer from Manchester United on deadline day. He's on the bench for Everton today. It'd be nice to see him come on, but hopefully Manchester United will have a lead by then. Moments away, guys. Obviously, if you guys want to watch the game in sync with when I do, there is a match timer down there, which will be synced up with BT Sports' timer, which is where I'm watching the game on. So the best way to watch these streams is by syncing up your game timer with mine. So when you see, for example, Bruno Fernandes score a hat-trick, I'll also see Bruno Fernandes score his hat-trick. Just the best way to watch these streams. If you don't want to do that, that's obviously absolutely fine. However, if you are in front of me for whatever reason, please don't put things in chat about goals, key moments in the game, so on and so forth, until we've all seen it and reacted to it. Same way you guys probably don't want the game ruined, or you potentially don't. I don't want it ruined either. So, yeah, I think that's fair. If people are going to start putting about goals and stuff before we've seen it, we're going to have to time people out. We're going to have to ban people from chat. Not stuff we want to do, but if we have to, we will. With all that out of the way, kickoff is moments away. There's super fatty Frank Lampard. Come on then. Erik ten Hag in his coat. Big game for United. They take the knee. I'm not sure why they're taking the knee this week. Anyone know why? Because this season, as we get kicked off here, we're not taking the knee this year anymore, or we're only meant to take it on big game days or big game weeks. So I don't know quite why we're taking it this week. Especially given, obviously, the first weekend back after the Queen's passing, we didn't. And I would have thought that's a big occasion. You'd do it then. But Conor Cody has it. Anthony Martial put a bit of pressure on. He goes down the line. Bruno Fernandes will pick it up. Good defending from Everton. And here they are on the counter-attack. Great on this right-hand side for Everton. United's left. Ball comes into the box. It's a really poor cross. And it's out for a throw-in for Manchester United. And we get away with one straight away. Not good enough there from Manchester United whatsoever. Luke Shaw was just beaten to the ball there by Onana. And Gordon was coming down this line. It's a really, really poor cross. Really, really poor. Dali goes into Anthony. Anthony into Casemiro, who turns on it. Finds Bruno, who flicks it down the line. But who's that? Tarkowski gets there. Moves it into Pickford. Back to Conor Cody. And Everton have the ball here at Goodison. A big part of Manchester United's game today has got to be trying to calm this Goodison Park crowd. Because if you allow Everton to... will allow the fans and the crowd to get going, get really bouncing and get behind the team, then this Everton team will go up a level or two. So it's all about kind of shutting it down straight away, not letting the Everton fans get behind the team, and that's how you go about winning this sort of game. Everton have made themselves a lot harder to beat this season than they were last season and the season before that. They've got a bit of quality as well in that midfield through Alex Iwobi and Onana. I think this Everton team are better than a lot of people give them credit for. So it's important that United give them the respect they deserve and manage the game properly. This isn't going to be a walkover as Marcus Rashford gives the ball away. Lisandro Martinez, really good defending there though. Comes up from his out of the line. Bruno Fernandes slots in. Marcus Rashford. Coleman battling with it for it with Rashford. And Coleman eventually won it. But Shaw's won it back here. Bruno into Ericsson, who gives it away, but Bruno wins it back and goes across to Victor Lindelof. United had the ball once again. A bit of composure, please, here, Victor. Just keep the ball. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, please hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. And please do share the stream as well on your socials with your friends and your family, so on and so forth. That would be greatly appreciated. As Lisandro Martinez brings it forward onto the halfway line, but goes back into Lindelof, who now crosses the halfway line here into Dalot, Casemiro, Ericsson. United just knocking the ball around, trying to get Everton to come out. It's not really working. Martial feels like his first touch of the ball so far. Back to Lisandro Martinez on the halfway line. United, again, just moving it around, trying to draw Everton out. Everton more than happy to sit in and defend. This is where players like Martial being able to drop in and draw defenders with player movement and not just passes is massively important. As well as having players like Marcus Rashford who want to run in behind and kind of exploit any gaps that Anthony Martial might create in behind the two centre-backs. Anyway, Demarai Gray goes back into Pickford. I think Demarai Gray will be a big part to Everton's game plan today. There's such pace on the counter-attack. We'll look to try and get at Diogo Dalot today, especially in transitions. And if they can kind of get that done and be effective at that, I think Demarai Gray will cause a lot of issues for Manchester United. The only thing I would say about Gray is I don't think his end product is all that. I think sometimes the final cross, the shot, can be a little bit wasteful from Demarai Gray. And that's something that Manchester United can be kind of hopeful about today. Hello, Snowball. How are we? As Jordan Pickford goes along here. However, that being said, Demarai Gray has scored a couple screamers against us in his Leicester days. He might have scored one for Everton as well. I can't remember exactly. As Alex Iwobi goes for goal! It's 1-0 Everton. It's 1 goal. It's 1-0 Everton. And Alex Iwobi scores from the edge of the box. What a goal from Alex Iwobi. And they have a 1-goal lead. And they go over to the camera and celebrate. And Alex Iwobi scores. Casemiro puts his head to the ground. Manchester United can't believe it, and let's watch it again. How on earth have they scored here? What goes on? Ten Hag does not look happy, and it's a fantastic goal by Alex Iwobi. Smiles all round at Everton. Frank Lampard will be loving it. We'll see it here. Casemiro says he's been fouled, but he's the one that loses the ball. After Anthony, I mean, it's not a great idea from Anthony to pass it to him, and it falls to Iwobi, and he just curls it round Luke Shaw. Perfect kind of barrier, and De Gea just can't get across. It's a great finish from Everton. It's a great finish by Alex Iwobi, and it's 1-0 Everton. So early on. Not the ideal start for Manchester United whatsoever. Right, let me just tweet out the goal. Not ideal, that, I have to say. And just when I was saying Demarai Gray scores screamers, Iwobi does. But we have it here, Anthony. Casemiro goes down the line. I still think United will win this. Let's hope so, Snowball. Let's hope so. What's your prediction for the game, mate? As the ball goes back to Jordan Pickford here. And look, United have a mountain to climb. And look, if we go back to what I was saying at the start of the stream, I said, look, United have to manage this game correctly. We can't let the Goodison crowd get behind the team. We have to try and kill the crowd straight away. Conceding in the first 7 minutes is not doing that whatsoever, is it? Good play from United, though. Quick passing as we find Anthony out on this right-hand side. Into Eriksen. Inside the box. Looking for a bit of space. Shot. Blocked. Casemiro picks it up. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno looks for the ball into Anthony at the back post. Everton deal with it and Iwobi clears. 2-1 United. Your hero. Ah, fair enough. How are we? How are we, hero? There we go. So there, these are the predictions for those who are interested. As Diego Dallo runs forward. Good block. Bruno Fernandes. Surely that's a free kick to Manchester United. Referee says no. Even though Bruno Fernandes has literally just been kicked. Casemiro delivers into the box. It's easy for Casemiro. For Pickford, sorry, to collect. So I went for 2-0 United. That's already wrong. Nico went 3-2 Everton. Mo went 4-2 Everton. What was his name? Something about Donald Trump's time machine. Donald Trump's time machine. Time traveling Belazians. They did very, very good again today, Arsenal. They're a top team. They're a top team. As Lisandro Martinez does brilliantly and finds Anthony. Anthony, shot, blocked. He might have been actually trying to put the cross in. Martial looks at him and says, just give it easy, son. Diego Dallo, that's a really poor first touch. And Everton now will look to try and play. Casemiro, good tackle on Drissengarnagay. Is that for a throw-in? Now, since August 2021, there has been, what is that? 14 games in which Everton have scored first. They've won 8 of those 14 and drawn 3 and lost 3. Hopefully today we can make that a 4th for defeats. As Lindelof does well and wins a throw-in off of Neil Maupay. Lisandro Martinez has it here and will bring it forward for United. Into Luke Shaw. Marcus Rashford. Poor from Rashford. Looks to try and run at Coleman, but an easy tackle for him. Luke Shaw. Take the throw in, lad. Into Lisandro Martinez. Does well. But Everton might win it here. They have won it, but Shaw wins it back. Goes across into Lindelof. To be fair, this Everton defence is solid this year. And look, I said that. I think Frank Lampard, in bringing in Connor Cody and James Tarkowski, has done a really good job of shoring up that back line. And I believe, technically, they've got the best defence in the league. I believe they've only conceded 8 goals this season, which is the lowest in the league. Is Martial playing as a false nine? He's so deep when we have it in midfield. Well, that's essentially where he's playing, yeah. But, I mean, in a sense, you kind of have to do that to kind of help with the midfield overload. Give space for players like Rashford to run into. And Bruno Fernandes will so often be so high that someone needs to do it. And Martial is more than capable of doing it and more than willing to do it. But you can see here, he is playing high. He's playing on the last man, more or less. For when the opportunity comes. As United win a throw in here off of Myalenko. Good play from United. Just trying to create an opening, which isn't going to come very easily. Especially now we have got a deficit to chase. Casemiro goes into Lisandro Martinez. Sure. I would like to see a bit more directness from Manchester United. In terms of dribbling. Like, I think, look, I mean, I said it in the first 5 minutes, and eventually it might come. I think Everton at the moment are far too willing to kind of sit around and watch Man United pass it round. So I would like to see a little bit more directness in Manchester United's play. And kind of get players running around a little bit more. Here's Ericsson. And I mean, look, if you look back at that Ammonia game on Thursday, I think it was Rashford said at full time that at half time, Eric Ten Hag just said, mate, we need to be a little bit more proactive. We need to run at him a little bit more. We need to make more runs, show a bit more intensity. And I feel like that's missing again today as we start. But I mean, am I surprised particularly? No, because I mean, this group of players have failed so many managers. A lot of it just needs clearing out. We're being completely honest. As Tarkowski heads that away. Here's Myalenko, goes down the line, looking for Demarai Gray. And that's what I kind of mean about Demarai Gray. On the counter-attack, he's so useful. United will try, when we try and get bodies forward, if we have our fullbacks inverting like we know Eric Ten Hag likes to have, space down those flanks will become available. And with Demarai Gray's pace, it's going to be really, really dangerous. United have to score before half-time. I agree as Diogo Dalot gives it away. I mean, the sooner rather than later. The sooner the better. It's really, obviously. Martial. Lovely ball into Anthony. And this could be the equaliser. And it is the equaliser. Anthony, Martial finds Anthony. And it's 1-0 Manchester United. And that is why you start Anthony Martial. Brilliant from Manchester United. It's another goal for Anthony. It's another goal. Another assist, sorry, for Anthony Martial. It's Manchester United 1, Everton 1. And it comes from a poor pass, well, poor touch from Idrissa Gana Gueye. Bruno Fernandes latched onto it, slotted through Anthony. It's a dream of a pass, really. It is a perfect pass for Anthony to run onto. And Anthony Martial makes it 1-1. And that is much better. That is much, much better. That's what we like to see. Manchester United 1. Everton 1. Anthony. Martial with the link up. I'll tell you what, 3 games, 3 goals for Anthony. We have a right winger, finally. A proper right winger. Obviously, we had Jadon Sancho, or we have Jadon Sancho, I should say, who I think can play on the right. Obviously, did it very well at Dortmund. But his best time always came on the left. And when he had players around him kind of overlapping and he was allowed to drift central. But Anthony's a player that likes to play off the right. His preference is to play off the right. Can score from the right. And we finally have that. And that's something we haven't had for a long, long time. Too often in recent years, as we've tried to kind of push out a left winger or a striker to the right. We've seen it with Martial at times. We've seen it with Marcus Rashford. I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer made a thing of using Diego Dallo as a right winger at times. Andreas Pereira, Juan Mata. But finally, we have one. We spent over the odds on him, but we have one. Now, you guys are enjoying the stream. Please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. If you see a red subscribe button, make it white. And, of course, please do share the stream if you are enjoying. That would be greatly appreciated and helps to grow this community. As Martial has it here. He's dropped deep to come get it. Moves it in to Rashford. Out to Luke Shaw. Eriksen. To Lindelof. Lissandro Martinez back to Lindelof. And I have to say, Lindelof looked very steady alongside Martinez. He has, to be fair. Here is Anthony, looking to take on Myelenko. It goes back into Diego Dallo. They'll be very confident. I mean, hopefully, Manchester United players should always be confident because unless you're really bad, like really, really bad, you'll always have the support of the fans. Like, even Harry Maguire has support of the fans. And he's been shocking at times for United. Not just this year, but over the last season or two. He's also been very good. And I'm not the type of person that hates on Harry Maguire for the sake of hating on Harry Maguire. But there is no doubt that at times Maguire's been bad. But will that stop Manchester United fans cheering him on and backing him when he's in a Manchester United shirt? No. So for me, these players should always be confident. Bruno finds Eriksen. Back to Bruno. Into Casemiro. Eriksen. Out wide to Luke Shaw. Martial's dropped in to come collect. Gives it to Rashford. Luke Shaw. Finds Bruno. Looks to turn Connor Cody. Good defending from the Englishman. It's out for a throw-in for United. And I think that's kind of where you see the best of why Manchester United have such a reliance on Anthony Martial for me. Bruno Fernandes so often finds himself in those positions on the last defender. And if you have Cristiano Ronaldo there too, I think in a sense it can become easier for the defenders. And you have, because potentially you don't have someone linking the play. So you have someone trying to play a really difficult pass. As Eriksen has his shot, good save by Pickford. Whereas Martial will drop in, he could drag a defender and he just creates that little bit more space for Bruno Fernandes, who, as we saw there, tries to knock it round Connor Cody. Yeah, of course Arsenal are title contenders. You got to look at their season, the teams they've beat. They've beaten Liverpool. They've beaten Spurs. They've played teams that, while they're not maybe unbelievable teams, that the likes of Fulham potentially, and you don't expect them to be there or thereabouts come the end of the season. Teams have struggled against Fulham this year. Teams have struggled against Crystal Palace, and they've beaten them. And I don't even think, like, against Spurs, who are obviously third in the Premier League. Like they always seem to give Man City a really tough game. I don't think Arsenal were at their best against Spurs. So, and they beat them 3-1, and they beat them convincingly, really, and quite comfortably, red card or not. And I don't see how you can say they're not in a title contender. They're top of the league for a reason. And what, we're 10 games into this season, nearly quarter of the way through. What's their title contenders? The only kind of issue for me would be injuries. I think their squad is getting better. I do still wonder long term, if Thomas Partey got injured, how they would react. As Bruno Fernandes cuts it back. Martial's in. Can't get the shot away. Great defending from Everton and Jordan Pickford. I think really Anthony and Martial both kind of ran into each other. Both wanted the same ball, which kind of made the chance 10 times harder for Martial. Could he have got the shot away earlier? Maybe. But I'm not sure. Here is Bruno. Looks to pull it back. Martial. Great defending from Onana. Arsenal, as an Arsenal fan, I have to have that belief but I know Man City are different level. Man City are quality. Big up you, Joe. It's one army. I mean, yeah, Man City are an issue for any team. Like, that comes for the Champions League, Premier League and all that. Realistically, when you've got a player that, about 8 games into a season, 9 games, and you're already got 15 Premier League goals, and you're playing in the most creative team in the league, you're always going to be there or thereabouts for a Premier League title, aren't you? You then take into consideration how Man City have won, the last 6 out of the last 7 Premier Leagues? It's tough. It's tough for anyone to break that sort of dominance. As we see in the likes of the Bundesliga, Liga, and to a certain extent in La Liga. Like for as good as Liverpool has been over the last 4, 5, 6 years, most of the time Man City have won the league and won it fairly comfortably. Yeah, Liverpool had their 1 year, which was a COVID season, but kind of things like XG still had Manchester City as the best team in the league that season. And yeah, they've come close, but I've never really looked at it and thought Liverpool are better than Man City. Hello, pleb, how are we? I think it's tough to expect Liverpool to get something from anyone. I don't know what's going on there at Liverpool. I thought the thing is as well, I thought the subs today were odd from Klopp. Bringing in Salah off and putting Jordan Henderson on the right wing was bizarre. Because I assumed when Henderson came on, it would go to a 4-3-3. But no, Henderson just played on the right, which is bizarre. And I mean, they'll win games against the smaller sides, but I always think when Liverpool and Man City play, I always think Man City are the better team, and I always think Man City were going to win. That definitely hasn't changed. Good to hear it, pleb. Just a prediction. Do you think Arsenal will get below or above 80 points? What teams in the last few years have got 80 points? So looking at last season, how many teams got 80 points? Chelsea didn't even get 8 points. It's tough. It's tough. Because Chelsea... No. Actually, I'm looking at their draws. 11 draws last year for Chelsea. Yeah, I think they could. I think the World Cup will play a big part in this Premier League season. That goes, I think, kind of without saying, given where it is in the league. Halfway through the season, if players get big injuries during the World Cup, then obviously that's massive. Especially, well, and kind of the adverse of that as well, I suppose. You look at someone like an Erling Haaland, who is such a bagsman, but has always really, especially since he moved to Dortmund, got some sort of injury during the season. If Haaland gets that injury, that season, that once a season injury, just before the World Cup, obviously he's not going to the World Cup with Norway, so he'll be able to kind of recover during the World Cup and come back fully fit for the rest of the season. So that World Cup is absolutely massive, as Ronaldo is getting ready to come on. Who's this for? Looks like it's for Martial, who's hobbling a little bit there. Yeah. Never had a bad season after they won the Premier League. To be honest, I've never kind of, I think that the year that Liverpool won the Champions League, that was Liverpool's best team. I think generally they've got worse over time. The year they won the Premier League, I don't think that Liverpool team were that good. Martial, yeah, you can definitely see he's feeling an injury. As Anthony turns well here. Finds Dallo. It's a real shame, because I think Martial, the opening half hour, has played well. But look at him, yeah, look, he's just hobbling. Who's Tamari Gray? Dallo gives away a free kick, and this will probably be where we see Cristiano Ronaldo will come on for Martial. And yeah, Martial's off. Cristiano Ronaldo's on. We knew it would be a bit of a risk. We knew it would be a bit of a risk when he started, given that he came off during the warm up. It looks all right there when he's walking off, but he hasn't lasted. I just hope that it's not serious. It'll be interesting to see where Martial goes. Does he go straight down the tunnel, or does he go on to the bench? He goes straight down the tunnel. He looks disappointed, Anthony Martial, who's forced off with an injury. Such a shame. Such a shame. Because like I said, I think Martial was playing well. Rashford. Short. And I think, look, as well for Martial, what's disappointing is, look, when he's played this season, he's been fantastic. And he's going to be eyeing up the the World Cup for France. And obviously, his form right now, you could argue, says he deserves to be in there. Especially given how often he was in the France squad during 2021. So clearly Didier Deschamps is a fan of him. However, he's not getting game time because he's always injured. There's no chance that he'll get to go, is there? And he'll potentially miss out on another World Cup. To me, he should have went to 2018. Obviously missed out on the squad to the likes of Thomas Lemar, Kingsley Coman, Dekir. And this year, looks like he could be missing out due to injury. I mean, Falvin as well, weren't there, in the 2018 squad? I know Falvin's been did really well in France, but obviously he plays in Mexico now, doesn't he? And was a disaster in Newcastle. As Myalenko has it here for Everton. Iwobi delivers. Lissandro Martinez comes and clears it with his head. Dresigamage has it here on the halfway line. Crossfield ball looking for, I think it was Gray, but Bruno Fernandes won it, and here he is, Bruno Fernandes. Into Anthony on this left-hand side. Wins a throw, and well played there by Anthony. It's Everton 1, Manchester United 1 still. Just about 32 minutes into this game, obviously, we have had one change, and that is Cristiano Ronaldo has come on for Anthony Martial, who went off with that hip injury. As Anthony has it here on this left-hand side. It's a poor pass looking for Bruno Fernandes, and Everton can clear it and has dealt with it. Casemiro picks it up on the halfway line after not certain defenders. De Gea is off his line really quickly there to get there ahead of Neil Maupay. Very good sweep in there from David De Gea. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. David De Gea sweeping. I mean, the match stats looking good for us. We've had 8 touches in the opposition box. Everton are yet to have 1. More passes, more possession, more shots for Manchester United today. The only thing we haven't got is more goals. As Victor Lindelof has it here. Turns it out. These are the stats for those who are interested. So, United dominating the game. Everton really, 1 shot, 1 goal. 1 slightly meaningful attack, and they took it. And you got to give credit to Everton for that. However, it's not sustainable. That being said, Everton will definitely take a point here at Goodison Park against Manchester United. As Lindelof brings it forward. Finds Rashford. Rashford and Anthony have definitely swapped wings here as Casemiro with a poor ball looking for Bruno Fernandes. And Jordan Pickford here. Instead of going long, goes short to Myalenko. To Anthony Gordon, their number 10. Back into Connor Cody. To Tarkowski, sorry. Pickford. He goes long. Lindelof battling with Alex Iwobi. Casemiro heads it forward. Rashford into Casemiro. And they've got a bit of time in now, Ericsson. Finds Casemiro, who turns on it well. Finds Bruno. Lovely back heel into Anthony. Out wide is Luke Shaw with it. Anthony's offered the overlap. And Bruno Fernandes loses it. And here is Demarai Gray for Everton. Looking to bring it forward. Good tackle by Luke Shaw. And it's a throw-in for United. Good play there by Luke Shaw, who I think generally is having a pretty good game. Not been great, but not been awful whatsoever. Casemiro plays it into Lissandro Martinez. Don't think Casemiro's been unbelievable. I think from a defensive standpoint, he's been alright, but a little bit worrying still. Not currently convinced by Casemiro at the moment. Hopefully he can buck his ideas up in the next 10 minutes or so before half time. But please do get involved in the live chat. Let me know what you think of the game, or if you have anything you want to chat about, get involved. More or less, I'll talk about pretty much anything. As Casemiro wins it, or from Rashford, just never really going to the intended target of Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro picking it back up there, and again, not a great pass really into Diego Dalot, who does obviously still get it, and United have it here. Luke Shaw to Anthony, who does a really good dummy actually, and Luke Shaw picks up his own pass, and he's got time and space to surge into. I don't know if that was a poor pass from Shaw, as Ronaldo has it. Ronaldo into Casemiro, whose shot is blocked. Bruno, shot blocked. Bruno again. Goal! I don't know if it's going to count though. The flag goes up. We'll see it back, but the ball is in the back of the net. I don't think it counts. I don't think it counts. We'll see it here. So there, Ronaldo is offside. This goal should not count because Ronaldo is offside. Goal should not stand. I didn't think it would. I don't know if VR are still looking at it. They're not. Good. It was pretty clear. Rashford and Anthony have swapped back now. They are both now on their respective proper wings. Which is good because I don't think Anthony's as effective on the left as he is on the right. And I mean, the same goes for Rashford. Rashford is much better on the left where he can cut in and be dangerous with his right foot. Crossing wise, Rashford just ain't that guy, unfortunately. Now, of course, the Europa League games do continue on Thursday. Manchester United do play Ammonia once again. As United have given it away sloppily here. Here is Iwobi into Damari Gray. United forcing them backwards, but Gray does well to find Coleman. Coleman, he's out for a goal kick. That's really poor from Coleman. But yeah, like I was saying, Man United do play Ammonia midweek. So please do tune in for that. We will be doing a watch along and a preview show for that. I imagine we'll do a preview show. We didn't do a preview show for the last time because A, I was just ill, and B, there's just not much really to say about Ammonia. Like, I don't really know what to talk about them or to say about them. I don't know them. I don't care about them really. But I don't know. I'm sure you guys get what I'm talking about. As De Gea goes long here from this goal kick. But yeah, we will be doing the watch along for that, as we do for all Manchester United games. So if you are enjoying this stream and you want to tune in for that, please do make sure you hit that subscribe button below and turn the notification bell on. So when we go live for those sort of games and other watch alongs that we do on this channel, you will be notified. As Dalot finds Anthony up against Myalenko, looks to try and put it through Myalenko's legs, but loses it. And here is Gordon into Onana. Moves it into Iwobi. Alex Iwobi. There's a big bit of space there for Luke Shaw and Lisandro Martinez. Or in between them, I should say. But Iwobi couldn't make the pass through it, or decided not to. But United win it back here. And Eriksen has it. United, both Bruno Fernandes and Eriksen screaming. Or screaming. Sprinting, that's the word. Forward. Here is Luke Shaw. Rashford. And I think in that sort of situation is where Anthony Martial is so much more effective than Cristiano Ronaldo. So essentially, we have the ball here. Bruno Fernandes has made the run into the box. Why is Donny van der Beek still here? I'm not 100% sure where Eriksen is. Luke Shaw is probably there. I can't tell. I couldn't tell you where exactly everyone is, but essentially, this is kind of the rough idea. We make them all smaller as well, so it's easier. So we got him in the box. We got Shaw somewhere. You got Rashford there. Ronaldo about here. As Ronaldo shoots and it's blocked. Eriksen's probably here. Anthony's out on the right. And you have these three. Kind of something like that. Ronaldo here. Well, Rashford has the ball. Ronaldo in this situation, I think this is exactly what Martial would do. He would turn open and say, "Give me the ball," and then we've got the ball on the edge of the box. You got Eriksen somewhere. You got Bruno in the box. You got Anthony then would make the run into the box, so on and so forth. As Casemiro heads just wide of the post. So great ball in by Marcus Rashford, and Casemiro really should have his first goal for Manchester United. It's a great ball in from Rashford, right between the centre back and the full back, and Casemiro really should score. But essentially, there, Rashford should be able to give it to Ronaldo, who then can play that ball. Or even have a shot if you want. But instead, what Ronaldo's doing, when Rashford has it, he has his head down and he's walking into the penalty area. Meaning, we have this, well, I'll show it with Casemiro. This space here, I'll probably show it with the ball. All this space here, where there's absolutely nobody. Nobody shown for it. No, nothing. So Rashford is forced to go back to the halfway line where we have Casemiro, Lisandro Martinez, Lindelof and Dalot, for example. Completely allowing Everton to get players back, get bodies into shape, where all that Ronaldo had to do is get his head up, drop in there, and all of a sudden this shape looks much better and like an actual team. I think that's the difference between Martial and Ronaldo and why we are a considerably much better team when we've got Anthony Martial playing as opposed to Cristiano Ronaldo, for example. But right, we're back to how it should be. There we go. Iwobi picks it up. Here's Casemiro. Lovely ball through to Cristiano Ronaldo, who's on the last man. Cristiano Ronaldo's in the box. Shoots and scores for Manchester United. But all I was saying about Cristiano Ronaldo and how we're a better team with Martial. When you have Cristiano Ronaldo, you'll always have the opportunity to score goals. And that is brilliant from Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a great ball from Casemiro. And the Real Madrid connection of 2018, 2017, and so on, combined, and it's a great goal for Manchester United and Cristiano Ronaldo, and a much needed goal. You can see how much that means to Ronaldo and to Manchester United. Casemiro, good tackle on Iwobi, plays it straight through to Ronaldo, and that's the Ronaldo we are much more in tune of seeing. On his right foot, on the right side, on the left-hand side, sorry, it's his left foot as well. I take that back, Cristiano. That's better than we expect from you. It's a great finish. And Manchester United do have a 2-goal lead going into half-time. Let's hit it with the Sue. Sue! United have a lead. Ronaldo has a goal. United have a lead. And that's his 700th career goal. 700th career goal for Cristiano Ronaldo. Come on then. We can all relax now. We've got a lead. We'll win the game. And look, we were saying at half time. How are we, United Live, mate? How are we? I've only just seen your message. Your chat, sorry. We were saying how we needed a goal before half time. Not only did we get that goal, the equaliser, we have now got the important goal that puts Manchester United into the lead. And we were saying Everton, from what was it, 14 games, that they've taken a 1-goal lead in since August 2021. They've won 8 and they've drawn 3 and they've lost 3. And we were saying today we need to make it 4. And as it stands, it will be 4. Conor Cody's got his shirt off and he's changing it because he's got a bloody nose. As Everton go long, Lisandro Martinez just watching it go out for a goal kick. And it's good defending from Lisandro Martinez and Casemiro as they give each other an embrace. Frank Lampard will be sitting there, he's standing there, getting soaked, hair thinning, thinking, what is going on? What has happened to this team? Now, we're seconds away from half time, about 15 seconds. Might get a bit of added time due to the goal and Conor Cody having to replace his shirt. As United give the ball away here and Myelenko brings it forward into Onana. Gray. Damari Gray delivers. There's a great ball in. De Gea firmly grabs hold. And that sort of ball from Gray is, in a sense, what I mean by his output. It's a great ball in. And if anyone touches it, it's a real effort. It's a real difficult ball to deal with. But at the same time, if De Gea is able to claim your cross, is it a great cross? And there is half time in this game. So it is Manchester United 2. Everton 1 at the halfway stage. There we go. Getting Pele going to change his Twitter bio Twitter bio goals to goals he scored in the womb, so Ronaldo won't overtake him. I saw when Messi broke some sort of goal scoring record. I can't remember what it was. It might have been the 700. Messi might have scored 700 as well. And I saw Pele change his bio from like what Messi had just surpassed to some crazy number. Right. I'll tell you what. For those who are interested in the Messi-Ronaldo debate, look how close they are. So obviously Ronaldo now has 700 goals. So this hasn't been updated or isn't a live counter. But Messi only 9 goals away, despite having, what is that? Nearly having 100 goal. Well, it would be. I don't think what it would be. 99? 91 more goals? More assists, sorry. Yeah, 91. Despite having 91 more assists from Messi in 825 games, Ronaldo's played. How many games has Ronaldo played? 9, 4, 2. Take away 825 plus 1 because of today. So Ronaldo has played 118 more games than Lionel Messi. Yet Messi has only 9 less goals and 91 more assists in 108 less games. Now, I like Lionel Messi. I like Ronaldo. Obviously, he plays for my team. But I really don't understand how people can say Ronaldo is better than Messi. When those are the stats. 82 more goal involvements in 118 less games. That is crazy. That is Lionel Messi. Like, my God. I'll tell you what. Erling Haaland. I think Erling Haaland will go down as the greatest goal scorer ever as well. Look, Ronaldo will always be in the GOAT category, don't get me wrong. But one of the main things that people give Ronaldo is that he's the greatest goal scorer ever. I don't quite believe that. I think the fact that Messi is only 9 goals away, despite being 118 games less, shows that Messi's a better goal scorer. But that's neither here or there. I suppose you can. Depends what you class as a goal scorer, like as in poacher, as opposed to like Messi being such a good free kick taker, and so on. But I mean, as you just said there, you know, I think quite easily Erling Haaland could break all goal scoring records. Like, especially if he stays at Manchester City for a prolonged period of time. Hello, Eddie. How are we, mate? And eventually, Ronaldo won't even be able to be seen as the best goal scorer of all time, because I think Erling Haaland will probably go down as that at this rate. Also, Messi is like 3 to 4 times younger, and I think that is what you could perhaps keeps Ronaldo in the GOAT debate. How did Ronaldo score? Essentially, Casemiro won the tackle, then threw ball it to Ronaldo, who scored with his left foot. It was a good finish, bottom corner. Solid finish. But yeah, that's what you can say about Ronaldo, and what will keep him in the debates, in my opinion, is it's that longevity. Ronaldo started so young in the Premier League, went to Real Madrid, killed it, went to Juventus and killed it. Yes, he's come back to United and hasn't been unbelievable, but he's what, 38 now? Is he? Is that how old he is? Yeah, 37. He's 37. And he's still at it. I think Lionel Messi gets that as well. Last year, was he great? No. Well, he was still very good, but he weren't getting the numbers. Obviously, this year he is picking up the numbers again. But I don't think we've ever truly seen a player like Ronaldo and a player like Messi with such longevity over their career at such a high level. I think that keeps them in the debates. Well, it keeps Ronaldo in the debates, because I don't think there is a debate between who's the actual GOAT, because like I said, I think Lionel Messi is just so clear in every facet of the game. Or apart from potentially physicality. Anthony looks insane at the moment. I think Anthony looks really good. I'm really happy with Anthony. We spent a lot of money on him, and look, is he worth 80 million? I think it's hard to say yes, given that he came from the Eredivisie. However, 3 Premier League games, 3 Premier League goals, and he's playing well. So you can't argue with it, can you? You can't argue with it. If a player is scoring goals, you can't argue. And look, it's something I often say. It's hard to I don't like to judge players on solely their transfer fee, but if they're playing badly, then they will be judged on it. Of course they will, however fair or not. But if a player is playing well, it doesn't matter how much they cost, and that is clear. You will if a player is playing well, you will never hear about their price tag, and I think that's why players like Harry Maguire's price tag, players like At times, Paul Pogba's price tag was spoken about, and Jack Grealish's over the last season was spoken about so much because they played well, but they weren't playing well at all. So people were like, "Well, you've spent £80 million on this centre back, and he's not playing well at all." But you look at Van Dijk, you look at Alisson, their price tag's never spoken about because they've come in and they've you can say they've definitely overpaid because was Van Dijk a £75 million defender at the time? No, he wasn't. Was Alisson a whatever he was goalkeeper? No, he wasn't. But because they've come in and they've done exactly what they were supposed to, they've taken their team up a level. It doesn't matter how much you spend on them. And I think that's what Anthony is at the moment. And I hope he continues because when price tags start being brought up, it's a sign that players not doing well, and it's a sign, and it's kind of a spiral because it gets brought up, then everyone brings it up, and then a player's like, "Oh, I'm playing badly. Oh, I cost this much money. I need to start performing." And then when you start thinking like that, and it's in your head all the time, performances get worse. You've just got to play your best, and it will come. And that's why I go back to Jack Grealish. Mention of his price tag has gone away this season because he's playing well. Harry Maguire, when he was at his best for England, when he was at his best for United, his price tag weren't discussed because of how well he was playing. Anyway, I mean, what does everyone make of the game so far? Obviously, United 2-1 up, cruising a little bit at the moment. We have been the better team, and I think the stats say that, really. I think that's quite clear, the stats say that. One shot for Everton, 8 for United. One on target for Everton, 4 for United. 30% possession to 70. United dominating the proceedings. And we have 2 goals to show for it. Everton not at their best at the moment. And they'll come out in the second half knowing they need to do more. And they've got issues to address. And they can do it. And Martial in the first half, in the first 29 minutes, 1 key pass, 1 big chance created, 1 assist. Hopefully, it's not a big injury. I completely agree. Anthony in the first half, 70% pass accuracy, 38 touches, 12 passes in the final third, 2 key passes, 1 shot, 1 goal. Quality player. And look, I mean, Twitter are very happy, and rightfully so. Look, this isn't the final kind of chapter for Erik ten Hag and this Manchester United team. We're going to keep improving, and we still got a long way to go. However, playing well. Hope Casemiro or Eriksen or Martinez scores. It would be nice for a few more of Erik ten Hag's signings to score. Do you still upload on TikTok? I haven't done it for a very, very long time. No. Partly because I was ill. Partly I was away. And then you kind of become you kind of lose not motivation for it, but you get out the swing of things, and it kind of me wanting to do it kind of becomes less and less, I suppose. And a lot of time I just forget, really. I'm a busy guy, but I don't know why, because they are really really quick and easy to do. So really, it's something I really should start doing again, and I probably will at some point, but not for now. Anyway, look, I don't know when the second half will start, but I don't know what that was. Right, I'm going to go quickly fill my glass up. I'll be right back just before the second half gets kicked off. Hopefully that'll be sooner rather than later. And hopefully Manchester United can get a couple more goals in this second half and really put this game to bed. So I'll be right back. Sorry I'm late. Sorry. Thankfully, nothing's happened in the start of this second half yet. But we're here. There we go. Timer's all synced up. We're back. Sorry about that. Let me just tweet out the stream for the second half. Right, there we go. Here's Rashford. Goes back to Luke Shaw. It doesn't look like there's been any changes at half time. If there has been, if any of you would like to let me know, that'd be great. As we put the ball in, headed clear. Ronaldo a hat-trick? I don't think Ronaldo's going to get a hat-trick, no. That's what you're asking me. I don't see Cristiano Ronaldo scoring a hat-trick. Right, corner for Man United. Eriksen goes short to Rashford. To Bruno at the edge of the box. Out to Anthony. Delivers the cross. Good defending from Everton. I was about to say Liverpool. Goal kick. The cross was aimed at the back post of Dallo there. He was never really getting to it. Probably a poor ball from Anthony, to be perfectly honest. Bit of mix-up in communications there from Everton. United nearly capitalising on it, but they do get away with it. Just a rushed attempt at a clearance from, I think it was Tarkowski. And it kind of ricocheted up to Connor Cody, who was Pickford, I think it was, who was able to clear it. Really could have went wrong. I have to say, De Gea, much better today. We've seen him come out and sweep often. That's a great ball to Bruno Fernandes there. I think generally his passing's been good. I think commanding his area is still something we have to see from De Gea, and that is a big issue of his. As Ronaldo plays a poor passing for Anthony. But generally, I do think De Gea's had a good game. Anthony. Casemiro. Poor pass back, looking for Anthony. Cody. Coleman. Gordon. Chasing it, or bringing it forward here for Everton. Onana. Into Mylenko. Gray. Mylenko. Across to Tarkowski. Goes out wide, looking for Seamus Coleman. There's a bit of space here to run into for Seamus Coleman, but he goes back into Iwobi. Iwobi, nice bit of dribbling. Poor first touch from Onana there, though, who then takes out Anthony. And that's got to be at least a yellow card. Looks like it's a bit of a slip, but it's definitely a foul. Definitely at least a booking. Poor there, really, from Onana. It's at very least a yellow. I mean, we'll have to see it back. I don't imagine it will be anything more than that, but... I'm not quite sure where he makes contact. I think yellow card's fair. Yellow card's fine. So Onana goes into the book for Everton. 5 minutes into this second half. Anthony, he's visibly a little bit hurt. Hopefully he can run it off. Onana shakes his head. He's not happy with the decision, but I don't think he can have any real complaints, to be honest. It was a very, very obvious yellow card. But free kick here. Inside United's own half. Lisandro Martinez will take it. We'll just go back into Lindelof, who plays a nice diagonal ball, looking for Cristiano Ronaldo. Here he is. Wins a corner for United. Good play there by Cristiano Ronaldo. And Manchester United have a corner. Everton, look, they shouldn't have much to deal with, really, from this corner. United aren't very good defensively and, well, aren't very good at attacking corners. And Everton, they've got a lot of big players in that box. Onana, Connor Cody, James Tarkowski, all very good at dealing with balls into the box. United don't have much height either. Bruno into Casemiro, edge of the box. He goes for goal. And it's always travelling wide. Real wasteful there by Casemiro, to be honest. Never challenging Jordan Pickford's goal whatsoever. Really hoping it would have taken a deflection. It was that far off. But here's Iwobi. Goes down the line. Luke Shaw's there and wins it. Eriksen into Ronaldo. It's a poor pass, but Luke Shaw will keep it alive. Here is Shaw. Rashford offering himself. Rashford gives it away. And here is Iwobi. Down the line, Luke Shaw gets back and makes a good tackle. And United have it back here with Casemiro. Moves it into Christian Eriksen, who just gives it into Victor Lindelof at centre-back. And they'll be able to use it. Shaw down the line. Rashford. He's fighting with Coleman there. And wins a throw-in for United. Good play there with Eriksen and Rashford. And I think Luke Shaw's having a good game as well. Tyrone Malacia, obviously, when he first broke into the first team, was playing really well. Last few games, he hasn't been at his best, Malacia. Luke Shaw's come on and has played well. Shaw's been given the chance back in the starting 11 today and is proving why he's England's first choice left back. Why he should be starting for United week in, week out. Because I think he has had he's had quite a good game. Although that was wasteful from him, just launching the ball out for a goal kick for Everton. On the bench there, you can see Alanga, Pellistri and Jadon Sancho. 3 forwards on the bench. 3 forwards that are going to be competing for 2 spots. Obviously Rashford's and Antony's. I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of Erik ten Hag's sub bench. Personally, given that the fact, well, what is it, 9 subs you're allowed? Yeah, 9 subs. I would have a goal. I actually don't think I would have a goalkeeper, to be honest. I'd have a right back, centre back, left back, 2 midfielders, a number 10. No, I suppose you can have a goalkeeper, can't you? You could have goalkeeper, right back, centre back, left back, 1 kind of holding midfielder slash DM slash someone that would play in the Casemiro Eriksen role. Someone that can play as a number 10. For example, Donny van der Beek, I suppose. So your goalkeeper, right back, left back, centre back, 2 midfielders. I then have a striker and 2 wingers. There you go. I don't understand why we've got 3 wingers and we had a striker. Why we've got 2 midfielders who play the same role. I suppose that's. I guess you can move Eriksen into 10. I don't know. Just not how I would do the subs bench, at least, is it? I mean, you could argue Pellistri maybe can play there, can play as a forward, maybe. I'm not sure. As a 10, sorry, not a forward. Or Sancho can play at number 10, not Pellistri. United give it away here. Really poor there from Diego Dalot. And here comes Damari Gray up against Diego Dalot. Cuts inside. Here is Gray still. Casemiro tried to win it but couldn't. Ball comes in just over the head of Malpai. And Rashford picks it up here at left back. Goes down the line. It comes off Coleman. And it's a throw in for United. United getting away with one there. Damari Gray causing issues. Alessandro Martinez couldn't win it in the air, but luckily, unfortunately for us, neither could Neil Malpai. As Eriksen's clearance is a poor one. Fell right to Adrissagana again. And here is Iwobi on this Right hand side, ball comes in. Lisandro Martinez heads it clear, and Myalenko will just pick it up just between the halfway line and the edge of the box. Onana puts the cross into the box. Iwobi at the backstick heads it, but it's cleared by Lisandro Martinez. Ronaldo gets there before Conor Cody, and here is Marcus Rashford. Slows it down. No players were really there to make the run. And United just keeping the ball here, just slowing the game down, and finds Bruno Fernandes here on the left-hand side. Bruno will go back into Eriksen. Blasted at Eriksen, really. Could have just taken a little bit of the pace off that pass. Bruno Fernandes there. But United have it still. And we're moving it around quite nicely here. Here is Luke Shaw. Into Marcus Rashford. Finds Bruno. Into Eriksen. Anthony's far side. And Eriksen does find him. Anthony up against Myalenko. Gives it to Casemiro. Who puts it into the box. Ronaldo with the header. Can't keep it down. How many points do I have on fantasy? Not that many this week. Not had a good week whatsoever. Not had a good week whatsoever. Erling Haaland not scoring as many goals as I would have liked him to. Lovely stuff. Get rid of that. Yeah, Haaland weren't great this weekend. In terms of points wise. Ben White obviously didn't get a clean sheet. Trent, no clean sheet. Was taken off at half time. He might have even got booked. So he got 0 points. As did David Raya for conceding 4 to Newcastle. Dallow's on 1 point, as was Ben White. Odegaard got me 4. Salah got 2. Luis Diaz was taken off at half time. Only got 1 point. Haaland got 12. He's my captain. Tony, Jesus 5. I got 33 points. Like, not great at all. 34 now, actually. Dallo has played 90 minutes. 60 minutes, sorry. So he's been given a point for playing 60 minutes. So, lovely. But yeah, it's been a tough week on fantasy. How have you been? How have you got on? Give me a second, guys. Let me just blow my nose. I assume you guys don't want me to do that on a live. So, BRB 73 points. That's mega. That is proper decent. Fair play. Who have you got in your team? Who's been like the big point scorers for you? Right, sorry about that. Everton on the attack here. Myalenko puts into the box. Iwobi's out of the back post. Puts it back across. Coleman couldn't get enough on it. Send it goalwards. Out for a goal kick for United. United getting away with one again here. United just not good enough defensively. Everton having a bit of joy. And again, it was the man I identified as the key play. Being dangerous there at Alex Iwobi. He is really underrated. The Nigerian international. Obviously, was a winger most of his career. Has been moved central by Frank Lampard. A position which I always believed he's best in. Been really successful there. As De Gea finds Rashford, who puts a wasteful ball in the centre, which James Tarkowski won. And Everton win the ball here. Luke Shaw, good defending, and wins it. And moves it in to Bruno Fernandes, who will bring it forward here. Gets completely taken out by Anthony Gordon. And he gets booked. And it's a clear booking for Anthony Gordon. Completely takes out Bruno Fernandes. I don't know how any Everton player can have any sort of complaints. We'll see it here again. I don't think he wins the ball, does he? He goes through the man to get to the ball. I think that's the right choice. Anthony Gordon's shaking and saying, "I got the ball." But he went through Bruno Fernandes to get it, lad. And that booking is his 5th of the season, meaning he does miss the next game for Everton. I'm not sure who Everton play next game. But whoever it is, they'll have to play it without Anthony Gordon. Oh, it's a big game. It's Spurs. Everton will play Spurs without Anthony Gordon. Thanks to that yellow card. But United have a free kick here in a good position. Eriksen and Luke Shaw standing over it. Luke Shaw would be the outswinger. Eriksen would be an in-swinger. Eriksen takes it, puts it on Jordan Pickford. Lisandro Martinez was the only really one attacking it. And as you can probably guess, he couldn't reach it. And it's in the hand of Jordan Pickford, who goes long, looking for Neil Maupay. But Casemiro's back. And we'll just see it out for a goal kick. Good defending from Casemiro. I always think those sort of free kick situations are always interesting. Because I think it's easier for the in-swinger to put a good ball in. However, the best outswinger in that sort of situation will always be better than the best in-swinger. Because in that sort of situation, let's say, in our defence, if you can get a good in-swinger, it'll always be like that. See, swinging into the box, which you can get good opportunities, but if you can get an outswinger that works just across that line and puts it into a dangerous area, so someone can just run in and tap it home, and often you can get it in an area where the goalkeeper can't really come out and try and get it because there's players rushing onto it. The defenders can't really touch it because if they touch it, it can go into their own net. So often it will go through, and they're just the opposition are kind of just hoping that nobody gets on the end of it. But like I say, that type of ball in is so hard to execute. And only the best in the likes of Kevin De Bruyne's can really execute that to such a high efficiency. I don't know what's going on tonight with stupid names, but it's alright. We move. Here's Bruno Fernandes bringing it forward for United. Slots it in to Marcus Rashford on the counter-attack. Eriksen and Cristiano Ronaldo are at the far post. Ronaldo puts it across. Seamus Coleman with a great piece of defending. You can see Jordan Pickford there celebrating with the Englishman. Great defending from the Irishman. Because if not, Cristiano Ronaldo was there for a tapping at the back stick. I think Ronaldo may have just been offside, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure. It's a good ball from Rashford, not a great ball. It's a good ball. And Coleman does really well to get there and see it out for a corner, which we go short with. Eriksen into Antony. Back to Eriksen, who will put the ball into the box. It's a really poor ball into the box. And it's a goal kick for Everton. So we are 66 minutes into this game. Everton are about to bring on Dwight McNeil. I'm not quite sure who for Anthony Gordon. So that's Everton's first change of the day. So it's Gordon off, McNeil on. Obviously, United's only change of the game so far was Cristiano Ronaldo for Anthony Martial at the halfway stage, or about half hour in to that first half. Obviously, forced off through injury, Martial. But Ronaldo won't care because he's got his first goal in the Premier League this season. I believe it's his first goal in the Premier League at least. He might have scored before. Has Ronaldo scored this season apart from for today? I'm not sure. As chance here for Everton. Good defending from Luke Shaw. But it's a poor pass out and Onana will pick it up. Goes for goal. Well blocked. Can Rashford bring it under? No. It'll fall to Seamus Coleman. Into Alex Iwobi. Iwobi on this right-hand side finds Gray. Damari Gray turns, shoots, blocked by Shaw. And it's bouncing around the box. McNeil puts it back into the area. Casemiro heads clear. Ronaldo. Poor from Ronaldo. Should just get that under and kind of hope for a tackle and hope for a foul. I know that's for certain what someone like an Anthony Martial would have done. And just kind of relieved a bit of pressure. But instead he tries to make that flick. And we lose it. But ended all right because it's out for a goal kick. Here is Shaw. To Rashford. Eriksen. United just trying to get a bit more control in this game now. Slowing it down. Moving the ball around. Trying to, just, like I say, gain a bit more control because the last 10 minutes or so, Everton have been very much on the front foot. And the team looking most likely to score, if any. So it's a good idea for Manchester United just to try and slow it down. Trying, like I say, gain a bit more control. And kind of kill off that momentum Everton are seemingly having at the moment. That being said, the best way to kill any sort of momentum is getting a third goal and really putting this game to bed, because we know in recent years Everton have scored late on against us. I remember Axel Tuanzebe giving away a stupid free kick on the halfway line in which Dominic Calvert-Lewin ended up scoring from. After, I believe it was Digne put the ball into the box, bounced around and Calvert-Lewin scored. I think United were top of the league at the time, actually, that season. So, we know Everton are dangerous. We know Everton can score late on. So, let's not give them a chance to. I remember as well, Andros Townsend scoring late on. Or, I feel like it was quite late on. In the fixture at Old Trafford last season. I remember he did the Sue, didn't he? But Everton's corner there kind of goes to waste, so Nana just heads over. Here's De Gea into Lindelof. Out to Diogo Dalot, who comes inside, finds Christian Eriksen, who plays a lovely ball over the top to Bruno Fernandes. James Tarkowski with a good piece of defending and just about gets there before Bruno Fernandes can. Bruno Fernandes not willing to put his face where it potentially hurts to try and continue that attack for Manchester United. But here is Luke Shaw. Into Lissandro Martinez. Eriksen. Back to Martinez. Casemiro. Eriksen. To Bruno Fernandes. Rashford. To Bruno. Bruno Fernandes puts it across looking for Ronaldo. Jordan Pickford's out well to claim the cross. And it's Everton 1, Manchester United 2 still. Now, if you guys are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. And please do share the stream on your socials with your friends and your family. That would be greatly appreciated. And means a lot as Rashford has the ball here. Into Bruno Fernandes. Into Christian Eriksen. Delivers, easily dealt with by Connor Cody. Also, check out in the description down below. There is links to all my socials. That includes my Twitter, Instagram. And there's a link to I believe there is still, to a Premier League, an FPL league. Yes, there is. If you want to join the FPL league, please feel free. Like I said, link to that is in the description down below. Yeah, that's a little bit of fun. It's free to join, and it's just a bit of a laugh, bit of fun. So feel free to join that should you want to. As United giving away a free kick here, Jordan Pickford will take it. It might have been an offside call. Pickford goes long. Onana wins the first ball, but Lisandro Martinez is there to see it out for a goal kick. Good defending by Lisandro Martinez. And the Everton bench are all up, seemingly. Is Dominic Calvert-Lewin coming on? James Garner's is stripped off and ready to come on. He's taken off his training jacket and he's got his shirt on. So could we see James Garner introduced into this game? And be good kind of viewing. See, was he Premier League ready, and were we right to sell him? As Anthony has it here, looks for, I'm not quite sure who, but Ronaldo picks it up. Eriksen fires over. Not a lot of control, and more about power than placement there from Christian Eriksen. Not what we're used to seeing from the Danish international. But it's not far off whatsoever, really. Good effort from Eriksen, but it is over the bar. And here comes Everton again. They've got the ball. Bruno Fernandes closing down Tarkowski, who does foul him. And it will be a free kick to Everton. Not really what United would have wanted. Just no need for Bruno Fernandes to make that tackle there. But we move, I suppose. Conor Cody has it now. Into Damari Gray. Lisandro Martinez with a good tackle. Just goes touch type, and Gray loses it. Here is Ronaldo. Turns on it. Cristiano Ronaldo looks out for Anthony. Marcus Rashford on the edge of the box. Can he get the shot away? He does. But it's always wide of that front post. Goal kick for United. Good opportunity there. I just don't feel like this front line is very fluid with Cristiano Ronaldo in it. I think that was a wasteful shot really by Ronaldo. But here comes the changes. Dominic Calvert-Lewin and James Garner are coming on for United. No, for Everton, sorry. Not for United, for Everton. Coming off is Seamus Coleman. Coleman? Who's going right back? Surely James Garner's not going right back. Unless, is Idrissa Gana Gueye going to go right back? Potentially. No, Gana Gueye's off. Idrissa Gana Gueye's off. For Calvert-Lewin. So, what are we seeing? Are we seeing? Is it going to be a free back? Potentially McNeil playing right back. What, Iwobi? Iwobi's at right back. Alex Iwobi's at right back, ladies and gentlemen. What? Why is Iwobi at right back? Why would they do that? Eriksen loses it. Here is James Garner into Malpai. It's bouncing around. Lindelof does well. Plays it out from the back. Ronaldo. Bruno. Cross for Casemiro. Onana into Gray. Sorry about that. So 13 minutes to go in this game, plus whatever obviously added time we get. United still have that 1 goal lead. We kind of need to bump it up to 2. But Everton, you can clearly see it's a 4-4-2 for them. Obviously, Onana partners James Garner in midfield with Alex Iwobi going in at right back. I think that's weird. I know he's played as a right wing back before under Carlo Ancelotti, but in playing at right back, I think it's a bit bizarre to me. I would have thought McNeil would have made a better fullback than Iwobi. That's just personally. I always thought that McNeil would make a good fullback, or at least wing back. A 5-back, and certainly a better one than Alex Iwobi if I had to pick between the two. Here is Anthony for Manchester United, looking for a bit of space and goes out wide for Christian Eriksen, who heads it back into Luke Shaw, back into Eriksen. United still have subs to make, should we want to, but Erik ten Hag seems quite happy with the team. Although, that being said, there is somebody stripped off and ready to come on. Not quite sure who that is, as Christian Eriksen gives away the ball to Iwobi, who goes back into Conor Cody, who's just on the edge of the Everton box. Just over 11 minutes to go here at Goodison Park. The Toffees need a goal if they are to get anything from this game. United just needs to hold on. Here is Dwight McNeil out wide to Onana. James Garner, obviously the Manchester United Youth Academy graduate. Iwobi. Garner's made a good run down the line, but Iwobi ignores him and finds McNeil, who delivers. Dominic Calvert-Lewin jumped, but just jumped too early. Never made it. Calvert-Lewin, obviously, I think this is his first game back after a prolonged spell on the sidelines due to injury. Hopefully, that bit of rustiness continues, because I think Calvert-Lewin that's fully fit doesn't mistime that jump. We know. Look, I mean, surprisingly, they've actually put Calvert-Lewin on the left-hand side of their front two. So that means he finds himself up against Lindelof as Rashford rounds Jordan Pickford and scores for Manchester United. It is 2-1. It's 3-1 Manchester United. It's not very good from Everton whatsoever, but it's 3-1, Man United, and that surely is game over. James Tarkowski puts his head to the floor. He knows he's cocked up here. Huge goal for Manchester United, though. I thought Rashford may have messed it up when he went through on goal and tried to round Pickford, but he gets away with it. So it was De Gea. He went long, and Ronaldo got the flick on. First of all, Rashford then won the second. Tarkowski got across, and his slide tackle just from Tarkowski just slams the ball against Rashford, which put him through one-on-one with Jordan Pickford. Pickford comes out well and quickly, but Rashford slows it down. Just tries to go around Pickford. Pickford does get something on it. However, it's not enough to take it away from Marcus Rashford and take it away from goal. But instead just bouncing it up. And Rashford, all he has to do is watch the ball and slowly and calmly knock it into the open net. And it is 3-1 Manchester United. It's a goal for Marcus Rashford. And that surely is the final goal. They're not trying to give handball for this, are they? They're trying to say this is handball. If this is handball, that's a disgrace, by the way. It's not going to count. As McTominay now comes on, the goal doesn't count. Eriksen's off. McTominay comes on. The goal doesn't stand. What can you say about that? That is shocking. Shocking officiating by the Premier League. What a surprise. It's so poor. It's a clear. It should count. It should count. There's no ifs or buts about that. And look, that's a lifeline for Everton. It really, really is. There we all thought the game was done and dusted there. Everton, they're still in it. And they've got another player coming on. Is that Rondon coming on for Everton? So they're really going for it. Getting the two big lads on in Calvert-Lewin and Rondon. I think for United, it's important that we keep the ball in play. We keep the ball ourselves. And just not let them get Rondon on. Because Calvert-Lewin and Rondon up against Lisandro Martinez, that's going to be a test. But as I say that, we've put the ball out for a throw-in. So, lovely. Cheers, Scott. Because that's now Rondon on for Neil Malpai. And they've got Calvert-Lewin and Rondon on. And I wonder what the strategy is here for Everton at this point. Something tells me it might be launch it long. Iwobi wins the first header though. Casemiro into Bruno. Goes back into Lisandro Martinez. And like I said, for United now, we've just got to keep it. Nothing stupid. Just keep the ball. Be disciplined. And see this game out. McTominay wins the tackle. But apparently he's fouled Gray, who's holding his upper leg. McTominay has fucking studded him in the fucking shin. I'm gonna be pissed. The high tackle, trying to get a bouncing ball. McTominay goes into the book with a yellow card straight away, which is absolutely so McTominay, making him his 5th booking of the season. So he'll miss the next game as well. 4 from McTominay. And all it does is gives Everton an opportunity to get plays into the box. And give them an opportunity to try and target Lisandro Martinez. And it does give me vibes of that game I was mentioning earlier with Tuanzebe. Pickford puts the ball into the box. Onana wins the first ball. But fortunately, he's out for a goal kick. A big last 4 minutes, or 4.5 minutes here for Manchester United. Can we hold on? We've got to hold on. But can we and will we is the questions. If you are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated as we tick in to the final few minutes of this game. Ronaldo wins the long ball from De Gea, but it's only to Conor Cody. He goes to Tarkowski. James Garner, who I don't think has looked out of place since coming on at all. Not the greatest of passes to McNeil though, but they do still have it. Iwobi goes down the line looking for McNeil, but Shaw with a good interception. And Iwobi will take this throw in. Goes into James Garner, who has space. And time. United giving them far too much time for my liking. Out to Iwobi. Iwobi puts the cross in. Victor Lindelof with a good header. But it's only out for a throw in. And straight out to Iwobi. Iwobi goes into McNeil. McNeil back to Iwobi. Garner. To Conor Cody. Jordan Pickford's now playing as almost a sweeper. He's so high up around the centre halves of Everton. Here is it Gray? Gray cuts in, puts the ball into the box, headed clear by Casemiro. Ronaldo wins it off Garner. And here it comes for Manchester United. Into Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes into Ronaldo. Back to Ronaldo. Bruno back to Ronaldo. Anthony has it. Turns out. Gives it to Casemiro. Who moves it in to Lisandro Martinez. And that's better for Manchester United. Just keeping the ball. Slowing this game down. But McNeil with a good interception. But it's out for a throw-in for United. Bit of calmness is required. A bit of composure is required here from United. Nothing silly. Just work hard and keep the score as it is. It's not about overcommitting and trying to score a third at this point. It's about keeping our goal protected. Keeping their score down. Think we can do that. Just about. McTominay turns out. Moves it into Luke Shaw. Lisandro Martinez turns really nicely on the ball. Goes down the line. Looking for Rashford. Good defending from Connor Cody. Probably not the ideal ball there from Lisandro Martinez. Probably should have went back to De Gea and just try to kind of, again, slow the game down rather than try and play the extravagant pass. Lisandro Martinez, Lindelof heads this ball from Iwobi clear. Everton can't keep the ball in play, but it's a throw-in for them. Quickly moved into Iwobi. Iwobi, McNeil, Rashford and Shaw back. McNeil delivers. De Gea's come out for the cross. And that's good goalkeeping from David De Gea there. Brilliant from David De Gea. Fantastic. And that's what, that's what we've been wanting from De Gea. Comes out, claims the cross. And just alleviates some pressure on the defenders. Here is Everton. Gray. Puts the ball in. Onana! And there was a chance for Everton. It was Onana with the opportunity. We'll see how close was it. Onana got highest from the Gray cross, but never really got enough contact on the ball to send it goalwards. And it was always going wide. And we're into the 90th minute. Four additional minutes of extra time here in Merseyside. It's Everton 1, Manchester United 2. We've just got to hold on. See this game out. As BT Sports gives Casemiro man of the match. Not 100% sure about that. But here's a chance for Everton. Calvert-Lewin. Diogo Dalot deals with it. But here is still on the break hit. Garner delivers. And I think David De Gea has made an extraordinary save to deny James Garner. We'll see it here again. James Garner got it on the edge of the box. He curled it goalwards. And it's an unbelievable save by David De Gea. Gets across. Gets a strong hand. What a save by the Spanish international. What a save by De Gea. My good gosh. David De Gea has had a great game for me. And that save is a match-winning save. As the 4 minutes of injury time gets closer and closer to 2. United have a goal kick. Can we just keep it? Can we just slow this game down? Just kill the game. De Gea will go long. Rashford wins it. Finds Ronaldo. Ronaldo just hold it and win the free kick. Surely. He's giving it the other way. Ronaldo's been fouled. The referee's giving it the other way. Somehow. Shocking officiating. And Rafael Varane is now coming on for number 21, which is Anthony. So we will go to our back five. So we'll go to the 3-5-2. So Bruno will play number 10. Shaw will go there. Martinez will play probably there. I imagine Varane goes central. There we go. Ball comes in. Varane gets something on it. Iwobi shoots. Varane blocks again. A minute to go. Rashford chasing down this ball, but McNeil gets there first. Myalenko delivers into the box. Tarkowski won it. It's out for a corner. Can United hold on, or will Everton take their chance here from this corner? Pickford is up. Come on, United, deal with it. We've got 30 seconds left. Ball comes in. I think it was Jordan Pickford won the header, but it's been dealt with. We'll see it again. De Gea. No, it was Varane won it, but Jordan Pickford got up there. Now, for me, De Gea should be coming out and claiming that. It's another corner, delivered. Headed back away to the back post, and Casemiro heads it away for a throw-in for Everton. The 4 minutes of extra time is done. Referee will blow any second now. As it comes to the back post, Luke Shaw heads it away for another corner. The United players turn to the referee and say, "Ref, when is the final whistle going to go?" Pickford's back up. United just got to hold on. McNeil delivers. Headed clear. Well, one first time, McTominay. Garner shoots. Blocked by Rashford. De Gea goes running to the referee and say, "You've got to blow the whistle." And it has been blown. It's final whistle, final score. Everton 1, Manchester United 2. What a mess of a game. Iwobi looks to the heavens and say, how have we not got something from that game? Right at the death there. Looks like they could have got something and they were going to get something from the amount of corners they were getting. But United have held on to their 2-1 lead. And United get back to winning ways in the Premier League and have their first, and Everton kind of lose for the first time in, I believe, 6 games. It was a great game for the neutral, great game for Manchester United, and it's a big game for Manchester United, and it's a big 3 points for Manchester United. That puts us 5th in the Premier League on 15 points from 8 games. So 15 points from 17. We've dropped 12 points this season. Or sorry, not 20, from 24 games. We've only dropped 9 points. Which, it's not great, obviously, but it's not the end of the world. You look at the teams around us, Man City, they've dropped, 4 points. So, we win our game in hand on against whoever. That puts us on 18 points. And we're only 5 points then off Man City. So, after our first 2 defeats of the season, if you told me after about 10, we'll say 10 games, and would be 5 points off Man City, I would have taken that. So, United in a good position right now. We're in a good place. Obviously, we have to strive for more. We have to strive for perfection. But we're in a good place right now, and that is the main thing. Now, we will be doing the live match reaction. The link to that is in the description down below. We'll be live over there in about 5 minutes, where we'll go through player ratings and we'll talk more about the game. But the important news here from the watch along is that Everton have lost to Manchester United. So yeah, I'll see you all over in the match reaction. Link to that is in the description down below. And we'll be live over there in about 5 minutes. So please do tune in for that. Anyway, like I said, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.